What's up, YouTube? We are here with another POE Getting Started video. We are talking today about dodge and block chance, learning the mechanics of dodge and block in Path of Exile. So we're going to take a look first at dodge chance, which does not or should not be confused with evasion. If you've seen our primary defenses video already, where we talked about armor, evasion, and energy shield, today we're going to talk about some secondary defensive types, which are dodge and block. So what are dodge and block, and how do they work in Path of Exile? So dodge is a layer of defense that grants a chance to prevent a damaging hit. The chance to dodge is a random roll made per attack or cast. It is not entropy based like evasion, nor is it affected by accuracy. Dodge is capped at 75% and is rolled before block. Damage avoidance is a separate mechanic and is rolled after block. Okay, so let's check out what are the mechanics. There are two types of dodge. First, you can dodge attacks, and that applies to attacks. What a shock. It is rolled after evasion and is not connected to the attacker's accuracy. So chance to dodge is unaffected by evasion-related mechanics such as blind, resolute technique, or unwavering stance. Those last two being passive nodes. Dodge spell damage applies to spells. It is rolled before damage mitigation. So in other words, you don't have to mitigate any damage if you've successfully dodged a spell. Dodge attacks and dodge spell damage are both capped at 75%. Okay, so monsters, certain monsters can use Vol Grace. Vol Grace is something that affects your dodge chance. So there's some different ways to pick up dodge chance. We can talk about those. There's some different items that give you dodge chance. But for the most part, what dodge does is it allows you to actually actively block, essentially, or dodge all damage that's coming at you. You essentially just simply don't take any of the damage that is coming to you. So here are some of the ways that you can acquire dodge through the passive tree. So here are some passive skill nodes that grant bonuses to dodge. Dodge, similarly to elemental damage or elemental resistances, is capped at 75%. There's some ways that you can gather more dodge chance through Ascendancies. Trickster and Raider both have some options, as well as the Ascendant. So dodge is simply a way that you can simply mitigate and not be hit by spells or by attacks through dodge. But there's no way to get it to 100%. You're capped out at 75%. Block is a similar defensive mechanic. Blocking is a means of preventing damage from enemy attacks by fending with a shield, staff, or dual-wield weapons after evasion and dodge has failed. The base chance to block when using a shield, 22 to 33%, or a staff, 12 to 18%, is determined by the base item type. When dual wielding, the base chance to block is 15% no matter which weapons are used. Usually, only attacks can be blocked, but there are passives and unique items that apply a percentage of block chance to spells. The chance to block attacks and spells are both capped at 75%. So you can cap out your dodge at 75%, you can cap out your block at 75%. I actually took down my first shaper ever using a max block witch necromancer. It simply had max blocked out 75% to hits and max blocked out 75 to spells. Blocking an attack prevents all damage and harmful effects, including status ailments. Reflected damage can be blocked. However, blocking reflected damage will not trigger on-block effects. Block has the following stats: 15% additional block chance while dueling and 75% to maximum block chance. The maximum block chance cap applies to both spells and attacks. However, the Anvil can raise the block cap, while Anne's Heritage can lower it. So the Anvil being a unique amulet that can increase your maximum block chance. There you see it can roll 3% to maximum block chance. And then Anne's Heritage is a colossal tower shield that can actually reduce your maximum block chance by 10%. Usually only attacks can be blocked, but there are passives and unique items that apply a percentage of block chance to spells. For example, a unique amulet, Stone of Losweir, grants 50% of block chance applied to spells. This was actually what my necromancer was using my max block necromancer was using. A character with 40% block chance would have 40% attack block chance and 20% spell block chance with the unique equipped. Additional chance to block can be gained by taking certain passive skills. Using the Tempest Shield, equipping a shield with the modifier local additional block chance, or equipping unique items such as the Bringer of Rain. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about block duration. When an attack is blocked, the game also calculates if the attack would have caused a stun were it not blocked. If it would have caused a stun, the blocking animation is played, stunning you briefly. If it would not have caused a stun, then you get a free block with no animation. Faster block and stun recovery and increased block recovery modifiers reduce the length of the blocking animation. So if you don't want your character to get stun locked because you took a big hit, even if the damage didn't come through, but now you're rooted in a spot and maybe you're going to take damage from some big slam, you can simply lower your animation time by reducing your chance to be blocked, or your length that you are blocked, by increasing your faster block and stun recovery, or simply block recovery. The following formula is the complete calculation for the duration of the blocking animation. If you cannot be stunned, the block animation will never play. So here's the block duration calculation. Status ailments have no effect on your block chance, but being frozen will prevent the block animation from playing if it otherwise would, and chilled will make it longer to play, since those two work by decreasing the speed at which your character plays animations. This totally makes sense. If you're frozen, you're not going to block something, but the animation for being frozen is that you're frozen. So there's not like an additional animation that's going to play. On-hit effects from skills like Glacial Hammer and Viper Strike will still apply because block doesn't prevent a successful hit. So in other words, on-hit effects that happen if you successfully hit, a blocked hit is still a hit. It's still successful. It's simply that it's been blocked. It's another category in and of itself. However, skill effects based on damage like puncture, in other words, if your hit hits and deals damage, nope, that doesn't count because the block has prevented the damage. Okay, block chance against projectiles. Any modifier that has X% additional block chance against projectiles will apply to projectile attacks and can be made to also apply to projectile spells with the appropriate percentage of block chance applied to spell stats. Reducing block chance. Block chance can be reduced with modifiers such as percentage reduced enemy block chance and the gem block chance reduction support. Skills that can't be blocked. So here's some great tips. So just be aware of this if you're using a max block character, or if you're depending on blocks in any way. Some skills cannot be blocked. They can be a nasty surprise for players who rely on blocking attacks and spells. The following damage sources cannot be blocked. Damage over time, for instance, Righteous Fire, Desecrate, Fire Trap, Caustic Arrows. Other examples would be Burning Ground can actually burn you. You can't block Burning Ground. Like, how are you going to block Burning Ground? Just think thematically. If you're running over ground that's on fire, like if you're running through Combs area and there's lava underneath your feet, like, are you going to skateboard on your shield like Legolas? Like, there's no animation for that. You can't block it. Secondary damage, for example, Explosive Arrow, Explosion. The attacks can be blocked, but explosions can come from terrain obstacles or minions. So imagine, for instance, volatile explosive dead. So volatile dead explosions, the ones that look like follow you around and you'll see them all the time posted. Hardcore players get killed by them all the time. Even experienced top racers die to volatile explosions. Cannot be blocked. You just have to be able to proc it so that way it's going to explode in a certain area and then run away because it's going to go off. Okay, lastly, the Brine King Major Pantheon power provides the unique modifier you cannot be stunned if you've been stunned or blocked a stunning hit in the past 2 seconds. So the soul of the Brine King can be upgraded with the soul of the Eroding One in the Cavern map to grant additional 30% increased stun and block recovery. So there you have it. That's dodge and block chance in a nutshell. So dodge, if you think of dodge is simply the ability to miss an attack that's coming at you and it gets capped at 75%. Blocking still means that you get hit, which means on-hit effects still apply. However, it prevents all of the damage from coming through, and it plays, if it's going to stun you, it plays the block animation. So there you go. There you have it. Block and dodge chance in Path of Exile. If you've got questions or comments or feedback, feel free to leave us a comment down below, and always make sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos about getting to know the basics of Path of Exile.